black.
But I don't feel like I don't have like less power than like with that word.
I feel what you're saying. But the thing is that's what we try to tell our people and try to get them to stop and think, because sometimes they don't stop and actually think. Why am I calling myself black? Because black goes back to the Latin word negro, right? Which you're calling, really when they say in the news, oh, a black person arrested for this, or a black person invented this, they're literally just calling them a negro or a nigger, for lack of a better term, because that's really what it means. So that's why we come out here and we teach our people that we come from a bloodline, a lineages of kings and priests and princesses. You would actually be a princess from the
Let me ask you this, because this is my one question. So, like, I guess maybe Hispanically and like, where do we mix them in? And like, how do we get to a point where we're like, okay, well, this is what it is. This is what we're doing. This was fucked up. This was not fucked up. This is what we're gonna do about it.
Right. Let me get Jeremiah 17:4. You gotta understand that all these people, that's why they put all these labels. You see on the left-hand side, this is what God, the Most High God, will call us. On the right-hand side, this is what society has put upon us. Right, the bywords, right? This is the word that we go by now, right? Let me get that in Jeremiah 17:4.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Right, so God is speaking to Israel. He's saying, my chosen people, they're going to discontinue from their heritage, right? Because remember, what we're trying to do up here is bring all these people back to the true heritage. That's how we're going to get together and be one nation again. Because now we're all divided and conquered through slavery, right? Rape, robbed, and murder. You all know about the history about our people, right? The so-called Native Americans, the so-called blacks, Hispanics. You understand? You staying with me here?
Right here.
All right, keep going.
It says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Right, go on.
And I will cause thee. Excuse me. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
What the Lord say?
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
So God said his chosen people, he's going to cause them to serve their enemies. Right? What nation had to serve another nation? Slavery.
I don't want to say what came to mind.
Well, you can speak your mind, yeah. Isn't this country said freedom of speech? So you speak your mind.
Well, I'm not proud of those facts, but
It's not about
being proud of the truth. And the truth has to be come out. That's why a lot of our people, they don't want to speak the truth. Because they get condemned for speaking the truth. Because what happened to Kanye West when he tried speaking the truth? What happened to Kyrie Irving when he tried speaking the truth?
well, I want to see if there's maybe something more that you can teach me that like I don't understand before I go. Because I was gonna go down here, I was gonna cross the street.
Because what you have to come to understand is that your true nationality, your true God-given nationality, you'll be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Right? You can't leave here and walk up or catch a bus still calling yourself black. Because black is just it's just something negative. It's this color, it's negative. Right? That's why they got black magic. Right?
I understand that.
You got black ball. All those things is derived from negative terms.
Yeah, those things are.
You gotta walk away from here being empowered, knowing that you're God's chosen people. That you're not just anybody walking on the earth.
Well, I do know that.
Right?
I feel that.
You feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it, but we're gonna give you some information before you leave so you can know that. Let me get Deuteronomy 10 and 12. And then let me get, because this is what God says about his chosen people. Because you feel this way, but you have to know that God actually said that about you.
I know.
And about us. But I gotta prove these things to you through his words. Let me get Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Right.
And now Israel.
And now who?
And now Israel.
Right.
What does the Lord thy God require of thee?
Right, because you said you feel your power, like you know that you're the chosen people. So God's speaking to Israel, God's chosen people. God's speaking to you, because you're the chosen one. Right? And now Israel, go on.
What does the Lord thy God require of thee?
Now what does the Most High God require of you? What do you have to leave here knowing that what you have to do? Go on.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
Right, you gotta fear your Creator. Right, because the Creator created you. And he created you to be chosen. Right. And God's chosen people can't just walk around just doing anything they want. They can't just go out here just be smoking blunts, smoking weed, drinking Henny every weekend.
Responsibility.
What's that?
With great power comes
right, with great power comes great responsibility, right? And that's because our people, mostly you see these people on the sign, they're destroyed because we're held up to a higher standard against all the other nations. Since we're the chosen people, we get punished more for not doing what we're supposed to be doing.
So this is on a scale of like the Jewish like kind of way of like seeing us as people.
Right. But I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but what we're saying is that we're those actual people. Those people that you see up
all of our people on here,
right,
and we're categorized in different ways and stuff like that.
Different tribes.
Yeah, these are our tribes.
Tribes, yes. Israel is not a landmass. Now there's a land called Israel that was given to us, that was inherited to us or given to us by God. But Israel actually comes from a man named Jacob. When you read the Bible, Jacob wrestled with the angel. I don't know if you hear about that story. God changed his name from Jacob to Israel, which means Yasharallah. Right, and it says a prince who has power with God, right? And out of Israel, out of Jacob, came 12 sons.
Yeah.
And these are our forefathers, right? This will be your forefather right here. You say you're American black, Negro, so-called. Your forefather would be Judah.
I don't want to call myself that.
Right? But you gotta leave your calling yourself an Israelite.
But the thing is I'm not from I'm from like down south, so like the way that we like see our lineage and stuff like that is a little bit off. Because we don't get access to everything that like we've like my grandparents and my great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents, stuff like that. I don't have access to all of their information.
Right.
But I'm working on it.
And like what the scripture says, the Lord said that his people are gonna get caught off from their heritage. Didn't we just read that? Right? But we got all these other nations, they know they can go back, the so-called white man can go back to the Julius Caesars. Why can't we take our lineage back to those times?
Because we got over with now, and we already been through too much.
We've been through too much, and because we got cut off.
We have choices to make.
We got cut off from our heritage.
Of course.
You gotta come back to your heritage, and that's what we're trying to show you.
Which creates like either like a rebirth, or we fighting for like.
Yeah, you gotta be reborn with your spirit, with your nationality. You gotta be born again. Right? Literally being born again is literally casting away everything that you know, right? And taking in what you're taking in the new information that's actually for you. Because right now, or before even myself and even these brothers, we used to walk in the ways of this world, thinking that we're Hispanic or being Latino.
What does that mean to you?
What does what mean to you?
How is he walking in the world?
Walking in the world meaning doing what everybody else is doing.
What?
Like practicing what everybody else is practicing.
What?
Like religion, paganism, holidays, Christmas, all of them, all these things, everything that you've learned. You're literally this whole world is literally a matrix to keep you from knowing who you are.
I'm just asking how you had to participate in it before you found out that you didn't have to.
We all did. We all did. Not everyone is born knowing they're an Israelite. I just found out maybe
like a year ago. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, you can bring this up.
None of this.
It's Romans chapter 12 and 2.
Right.
And be not conformed to this world.
What the Most High said?
And be not conformed to this world.
Right. The Lord is saying, be not conformed to this world. Go on.
But be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's why how we got 20 different religions out of one Bible. Shouldn't there only be one truth?
Right. Not with people when people come into play.
Yeah, we understand that. That's why these different religions was made by man. You understand? That's why we gotta come out of these doctrines, or come out of the world, or get unplugged from this matrix that we're in. Because all these things is literally set up, right? Even that pen you got in your hand is literally set up from keeping you. I got you, but that's literally disconnecting you from your power.
No, I do know that. Like.
That's keeping your mind hazed. It's slowing your mind down, right?
And it costs money.
It's keeping you in sin. It costs money. You know what I'm saying? Bring that up.
Right. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind,
right,
that ye may prove what is that good.
Right. So you can prove what is good. Right? Because honestly speaking, smoking a battery ain't good for you. That's literally what you're doing. You're smoking a battery. Right? I got a stepbrother that be doing that. I'm like, yo, you smoking a battery, man. You're literally frying your brain. Literally. Keep going.
What is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Right, so you gotta find out what's acceptable and what is the will of God, and what's acceptable in the Most High's eyes. And that's how he's gonna start dealing with you. You gotta get plugged in. Instead of vaping the battery, you gotta get plugged into the true battery, and that's the Most High God. That's how you're gonna get power. That's how you're gonna get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You understand? We all here, we're all guilty of those things too. I used to smoke weed in hell all day, every day, man. But then I realized, hey, man, God woke up my eyes and be like, yo, that's not good for you, man. You gotta come back to doing what you're truly supposed to be doing, your heritage. I know.
God, now I feel like I'm getting like an... Sorry for that. I have something I gotta do across the street. Really respect what you guys are doing.
I got you. Let me read these couple things before you go.
No, I want to capture whatever kind of like...
I got you.
This is Romans 10:2.
Right. For
I bear them record that they have a zeal of God.
That they have a what?
A zeal of God.
Right, you got a zeal of God, meaning you're on fire, like meaning you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be on fire for God. You want to do the right thing. Right? But go on.
They have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
But what?
But not according to knowledge.
Right? But right, but it says, but not according to knowledge. And that's why we come out here, because our people know, the so-called black and Hispanics, we know we're kings. We know we're princesses. We know there's something special about us, but we don't have the knowledge to tap into that source.
That's why y'all need women.
Right? I mean...
I don't know how to say it.
Keep going on that.
Verse 3, for they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
For they being what?
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
And our people are ignorant of God's righteousness, man. Go on.
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
Their own what?
Their own righteousness.
Well, but we rather obtain our own righteousness, right? We want to do what we want to do. We think smoking weed is righteous, right? Right? Running the block is righteous, right? Killing your own brother is righteous. That's our own righteousness. And that's what's known amongst our community. Robbing your brother, right? Stealing your brother's wife.
Well, not anymore. Let's not. I don't want to even speak that into existence because I don't want to fuck with nobody who's doing
I mean, it's not about speaking into existence. It's just like what we got to live with today and every day.
What's happening?
Yeah, basically what's happening with our people.
I don't want to say it's all our people.
I mean, predominantly, that's what we're known for.
Yeah, but
baby daddies, baby mama drama.
That works in other people's favors.
Because who's in the jails right now?
Exactly.
Who fills up the jail cells right now?
You, me, and I.
Right. Let me get the Michael.
Let me finish it. Right.
Isaiah 42. I got you.
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness,
right,
and going about to establish their own righteousness,
right,
have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
Right, so you gotta submit yourself to the righteousness of God. Right, and before you leave here, Lord willing, we can tap into what is righteousness with God, and that's keeping God's laws. Right, now we're gonna get this piece of
Isaiah 42 and verse 22.
Right,
but this is a people robbed and spoiled.
What is the so-called black and Hispanics?
Robbed and spoiled.
Right. God says that this is a people robbed and spoiled. Robbed is being like, literally we got robbed. Huh?
His people.
His people.
Who wrote that?
He's speaking to Israel.
Right, it says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Right.
They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
What the Lord said about our people?
They are hid in prison houses.
God said, hey man, most of my people, they're hid in prison houses. They're locked up.
I've noticed that.
Right?
They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Right, and none saith restore. Right? So what's the healing in our community? Why is most of our men and women in jail? You understand? Now you say who wrote the Bible? The Bible was written by Israelite men. These people, your forefathers, that was inspired by the Holy Ghost, by the words of God. Ultimately, the words of God. And these things, this is how we know that we're the people of the book, because when you read these things, just like that verse we just read, that can only apply to our people. Right. Not anybody can pick up the Bible and be like, oh, this is talking about me. Right. You understand? That's why we come out here to teach the people the truth and get them to see themselves in the Bible. Right? Right? Because remember, God said that His chosen people are going to lose their heritage, right? And they're going to serve their enemies, right? And not only that, they're going to be hid in prison houses. So far, but with those two verses, who's that talking about? That's talking about us. But what happened is that this world has got misconstrued with religion. Now they give us Christianity, Catholicism, Seventh-day Adventists. What else we got? And Jehovah's Witnesses, man. Baptists. Right? A bunch of different stuff to keep our people asleep. Catholicism, man. Right? Because we're not out here speaking religion. This is about a heritage. Let me get Sirach 21:11. Right, hold on.
You didn't tell me, yeah.
No. Yeah, 21:11. Let me get Deuteronomy 28.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 21, verse 11.
Right.
He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof.
Right, so you gotta keep because you're an Israelite, you gotta keep the laws of God. Right, go on.
And the perfection of the fear of the Lord's wisdom.
Right.
He that is not wise will not be taught.
7-11, sorry. 7-11. What was that? This is my father? Nah, this is my brother.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 11.
11.
11:7. Are you talking about heritage?
Yeah, the heritage. 11-7, Slack here.
Are y'all Mexican?
According to this world, well, I'm an Israelite first and foremost. Israelite from the tribe of Simeon.
Because I'm from Texas, so I'm like,
I got you. So you see Simeon right here, Dominican. I'll be a so-called Dominican. You'll be a so-called Puerto Rican. It's an Israelite from the tribe of Simeon. You got water. You got water. What's this? 1721. That's what it is. 1721. Yeah. There we go.
There's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 17 and verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge.
Right.
And the law of life for inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
What's this Bible?
For inheritance.
The Bible, God has given us this Bible for a heritage. This is your heritage. This is where you find your kings, your forefathers, right? When you read about Christ is like your long lost forefather, man. Or cousin, or you know what I'm saying? You guys blood running through your veins, man.
Of course.
What was your name? Deuteronomy 28. So remember, this Bible has nothing to do with religion. It's a heritage, right? You gotta come back to this heritage, sister. Let me get 28 and 1. You know about Moses?
Yes, part of the sea.
Or the Red Sea. And when he went to Pharaoh, what did he say? What's that famous quote he said? He said, "Let my people go."
Let my people go.
Right. So Moses was set up by God to free the Israelites from Egypt because they was enslaved in Egypt. Now this is Moses speaking to Israel right here. He's making a contract between these people and the Most High God. Right? Bring out 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
Above who?
Above all nations of the earth.
So God's saying that Israel, the 12 tribes, are supposed to be above all nations on the earth. So we know that the Israelites never kept the commandments. They always bucked up against the Lord, right? We always went off. We committed sin. You understand? Let's see the other side of the coin. What happened when we didn't keep that contract? Let me get 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
that all these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so God is saying, told Moses, if my people don't keep the commandments, they're going to be cursed. And how are people as a whole, the so-called minorities, how are we living? Are we living lavishly? I mean, as a whole, as a nation of people. We're not talking about the 1%.
If it's by our people. So there's some people in both communities, like in like all.
I get you. That's why I said not the 1%.
Like really,
we're not talking about the 1%. I'm talking about as a whole. 90% of our people. How are we living out here? How are we living in Brooklyn, Harlem?
It depends on where you're at and where they want you to live.
I'm talking about when you go to the cities where we're mostly at. How are people living?
It still depends on where you're at and how they want you to live.
We're living good or bad?
Yeah, we're living good or bad.
It depends on who
We're
you
in the
are.
hoods, the ghettos. Who's in the hoods? Who are in the ghettos? Us.
Right.
I don't know. I used to think that, and I've been traveling and stuff like that, and I realized that, like, yes, there is like a small, like, category of people who is just supposed to take the shit for the rest of us. Like, if you're rich or whatever, like, you can just dump that on them. But you don't have to be black, white, or Mexican. You can even be white. They don't really give a fuck as long as you'll take it. That's what I've noticed.
What do you mean?
Their shit.
Like, what do you mean by that? Like, your shit?
Like,
So you're saying it goes well for people who strive to be white?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But that's basically what it is.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Well, I mean,
when you think about it,
it's
though,
more in your favor. If you're willing to act white, yes, you'll grasp.
it's not even just that. It's when you accept their system. Because there's certain laws in here that our people aren't supposed to do, but they make our people break them. Like the Sabbath day, we can't work. A man is not supposed to shave their face, but they make you shave your face if you want that suit and tie job, right? You want to sit in a nice high-rise office building right underneath the CEO, right? And you're a black male, you're gonna shave your face. If they tell you to shave your face, you're gonna shave your face.
If you're a male and you're not him, you're gonna shave your face just because he thinks it's funny.
No, because they see that when we have our face not shaven, our beards, we look more aggressive.
No, I think they're trying to. I think they want to emasculate y'all.
That's basically, yeah.
I think they just don't want you to feel like yourself.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. And that's what we're saying, that, yeah, there's a percentage of people that make it, but that's because they accept the terms of the small print or the terms of what the society wants you to do.
Yeah.
And remember, the Lord said, be not conformed to this world. So those people that you see that's making it, they're being conformed to this world.
Yeah.
So what happened
and then what? You can't take it with you.
Did he conform to this world? Sister? Didn't these people conform to the world? Did he conform to this world?
He created his own world. That's
it's not his own world because that's predominantly known about Hollywood.
Well, yes, but like him in his position, I think that like him in his position should not have had as much opportunity to like create this space where like this is what it is, this is how we move, this is what you gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what he gonna do, type shit.
I got you, but do you think it's only him though? You don't think?
No, absolutely not.
I'm pretty sure there's many other black or Hispanic men in this industry. Come on, sis, you gonna like
No, I think he's being used in this example.
Come on, sis. This is bad for you, sister. Come on.
No, because I'm not even supposed to be doing this shit either.
Not cigarettes though.
I know, but
it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Throw it all out.
Throw it all out?
Yeah, just throw it all
I'm
out.
smoking the weed out the pipe.
Peer pressure.
I can't usually light it though for real. I'll buy it though, if anything.
Bro,
there's no stores right here.
$200.
Hey, bro.
And you getting me on camera?
Yeah,
you know
brother, you going off? You're not supposed to be smoking weed.
I could have been running some shit like that.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere, brother.
Y'all be nice. Look at his jacket. I feel like somebody painted that with their bare hand.
Anyways.
That's impressive.
Are you actually paying attention?
Of course I am.
So what have you?
Standing here talking to you.
So what have I said so far? What was the last thing I said?
Are you really fucking with me like that?
I'm not. That's what happens when you're smoking that stuff, man. You can't keep up.
And I didn't even smoke it.
I'm talking about the vape. What's in the vape?
What's in the vape? I know it's some glucose in it. Like glucose, like the oil or whatever.
Right. I'm not saying that to get. I'm not saying to make fun of you and none of that stuff. But I'm trying to prove. I'm trying to prove a point that it slows your mind down.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And I see that in your eyes. I see it because I've been there before.
What?
I know what it looks like, man. You're not dealing with people that was born yesterday. We've been there. We've been where you at. I used to smoke that stuff too, but I stopped. That stuff slows you down. You gotta cut that out. You gotta throw that away. That's right. That's right. There's both. That's right. First Corinthians 3:16.
Well, I mean, like I said, you don't know what I've got going on in my life and stuff like that. I've been a human being for a really long time.
We got brothers up. We got brothers up here that've been in jail 10 years. We got brothers that've been in all types of different walks of life.
On their way out.
Brothers still go through things today, man. You know what I'm saying? brothers out here that, hey man, there's brothers out here that have been homeless. We've been through things, man. But you gotta endure. That's why we're trying to give you the key to success. We're trying to give you the key to get you out of there.
Yeah, no, I love like this whole.
It's not about loving you. It's about, at the end of the day, all I'm doing is trying to teach you the truth and try to get you the keys to what you gotta be doing. The cheat code in life.
That's
this is the cheat code.
Yes, I mean.
Because if you live by these things, because remember, you're the chosen people. And you continue to do these things, you're going to continue getting punished. You're going to continue getting broke. You're going to continue, your mind's going to continue to get even worse and worse. The Lord's going to jam you up. The Lord is right now trying to give you the cheat code to get out of that. Right? And our people just come out here and just take it as a joke. Yo, I'm telling you, all of us been through those things, but we got out of it because of these laws.
I talked to guys. Well, I'm from the South, so like, I mean, I think that
you know what's going on right
we
here?
have like some kind of like little things, because there's black people down south too. We have our Christianity and stuff like that, but
yeah, but remember,
we also
read
understand
this isn't a
what the fuck
religion.
is happening to us
This
and
is
why
a
it's
heritage.
happening to us.
Right, but it happens to mostly our people because we want to continue doing those things what everybody else is doing. That's why we get punished the most. Right? Bring this up.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 20.
Right.
For there be many that perish in this life,
right,
because they despise the law of God.
Because what?
Because they despise the law of God,
right?
that is set before them.
And because our people despise the laws of God, right? They get destroyed out here, man. Yeah, they get destroyed. Why would we say that? That's a fact.
Despise the laws of God.
Our people despise the laws of God. You smoking cigarettes, you despise the laws of God.
She said it too.
Right? You smoking weed, you despise the laws of God. You breaking the Sabbath, you despise the laws of God. Our people here despise the laws of God because they want to worship this man right here. You worship this man, you despise the laws of God. Because according to the Bible, Jesus Christ doesn't look like that. When you read the Bible, you read his description, he'll be a so-called black man. Right? You following Christianity, Catholicism, you despise the laws of God. You understand that?
Yeah,
He's conformed. He's in the world. He don't know what's going on. We're trying to show you what's going on. I'm dealing with you. I don't care about him. He's just doing a drive-by. Just want to say whatever he wants to say. And he think he's saying something, but he's not. You don't know what's going on. If he knew what's going on, he would know that this Jesus wasn't the real Jesus. That's why we got the horns on him. That's why they call him the devil. Right?
You wouldn't be right? Nobody like that.
For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God that is set before them. For God hath given straight commandments to such as came. For God hath given straight commandments to such as came.
God is making it plain and easy for you. Go on.
What they should do to live.
But they should what?
What they should do to live.
Right? God is making it easy for you, showing you what you should do to live. Go on.
Even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
And what you should do to avoid punishment. And that's the purpose why we are here. Because we're God's chosen people. We're trying to teach our people what to do to avoid punishment from the Most High God. You understand these things? You understand?
I do. I'm smarter than I look.
Are you willing to give up smoking that vape for your creator?
Eventually, oh God, when you put it that way. Well, right now in this very moment, I still need to go across the street. I need to go across the street because I need to go and grab something from the store over here.
Listen to this one.
First Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16.
Bring it out!
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
What the Lord said?
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Right, God said you're the temple of God. You're not going to go to some church or some temple to worship Him. God wants you. You're the temple. You're literally the physical temple of God. Go on.
And that the temple of and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Right, the Spirit of God dwells in you. So right. Every time you smoking or vaping, you're literally just telling God you don't care. You're literally just going to Jesus and just smacking him, pretty much. You're literally taking Christ and you're crucifying him back on the cross. You're really, and then ultimately you don't really care about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because these are habits that we picked up through life because we're stressed. We want to feel disconnected from the world. We want to forget about it or then forget about our problems. But when you smoke that joint or smoke that vape with that weed in it, your problem's still there. Your problem's still there, and you're broke, and you got less money in your pocket. So what is it good for? It's good for nothing. Go on.
If any man defile the temple of God,
right,
him shall God destroy.
What's gonna happen?
Him shall God destroy.
Right, and God said, hey man, if this person wants to continue defiling the temple, smoking the cigarette or whatever, ultimately God's gonna destroy you. Yeah, and you probably didn't know about these things. You probably didn't know God fucked that way, but now you do. So now that you know, that punishment might even be greater because now you know better. Right?
For the temple of God is holy.
Right, you're supposed to be holy.
Which temple ye are.
Which the temple you are. God said you're supposed to be holy unto me. Because you're the temple. You gotta keep that temple holy. Holy means set apart. That's right. God said, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed in the renewing of your mind. So you gotta renew your mind, you understand? And keep your temple holy. And you gotta be set apart from what everybody else is doing. Right? You can't be doing what everybody else is doing. And that's the path, that's the wide path that leads to destruction. But the narrow path to enlightenment, right, and to salvation is very narrow. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? That's right. You think Jesus Christ is gonna come out and save everybody while they're doing what they're doing right now? Nah. Christ is coming back to destroy everybody, man. His whole clothing is gonna be dripped in blood. He's coming back with a sword. It says that. Right? So what you trying to do?
I don't know. I want to be on the righteous side.
You want to do the righteous thing?
Of course.
Alright, we're going to show you how to do the righteous thing. Don't really, before you leave, get it. Get on it.
I really gotta go. I gotta go grab something. I gotta come back.
Nah. What you gonna get?
Let it go by the Sabbath.
Yeah.
It's really important to me, and like what I got going on the next couple of days. I can't really.
Because you didn't know, and I gotta tell you, the Sabbath is about to come in. The Sabbath, we can't buy, we can't sell, we can't deal with money. That's a sin.
What do you mean?
Meaning, you heard about the Sabbath before?
Like on Sunday.
Sabbath is Saturday. Saturday is the 7th day of the week. That's a true 7th day of the week. Sunday was invented by the Protestant church. They moved the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. They changed the times and they changed the laws.
So I'm not supposed to buy stuff on Sunday?
Nah. The Sabbath day will start from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
Why?
That would be your Sabbath. That would be your Saturday. So whatever you gotta buy, you gotta wait until Saturday night to buy it. When the sun goes down. Once the sun goes down Saturday, you can buy whatever you want. Not whatever you want, but righteousness. Right?
So not on Friday?
You can buy it Friday before the sun goes down.
You about to buy it?
Yeah, you're about to buy it.
What are you about to buy?
That's what I'm asking.
I gotta, well, right now I want to buy a top cheese, and then I'm also gonna buy a plane ticket because I'm gonna go home to Texas to see my family for a couple of days. I was kind of like questioning it, but I mean, I made my decision.
So let's get to. So you know what
So
sin
I'm
is?
trying to keep on that before like the like plane ticket prices go up.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, you could go ahead and buy the chops, but you really got to come back because it's important. Yeah. But if you're not going to come back, you got to stay.
If I had $1 for every person that said they were going to come back, never come back. That's kind of just an excuse to leave. I mean, I'm not, hey man, you're not forced to stay here. You can go if you want.
I know that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to deliver a message.
I see that. So I'm trying to communicate with you. I'm receiving this message. I feel like there's something here that's supposed to be.
Let me get First John 3 and 4. Because you know what sin is? I know we're jumping over.
When you say it like that, it makes me question if I know the definition.
Right. Because it's important to know. Because that's how we know. That's how we're gonna get punished by our sins, and it's good to know what our sin is.
I really, no, actually give it to me. Yeah.
Bring it up.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4.
Right.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Right.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
For what?
Sin is the transgression of the law.
Right. So sin is when you break the laws of God.
That's right.
Right. And remember that one of the commandments was that you can't defile your temple. Right. You can't smoke. You can't smoke weed. Right. The only thing that's supposed to be going into your lungs is air. That's what it's made for. Anything else just jams you up. You understand? So when you commit, you have to know the laws of God to know that you're in sin. But if you don't know, then you're going to continue getting punished, and you're not going to know why when you pray, God's not hearing you. Because God doesn't hear sins. God gives everybody an opportunity to learn about it. Everybody got a Bible. Everybody got YouTube. Everybody got Google. Right? There's literally no excuse for you to know not know about God. But we're trying to give you the truth. And it applies more to you than it applies to a white person. Why? Because you're actually come from the seed of the chosen people.
That's right.
You have a duty as a chosen people.
That's right. That's right.
I think it's Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
I don't know if I can grasp it right now because I'm just sitting out here for a minute. I came to do this.
But you bumped into us.
And then I bumped into y'all. And I'm trying to honor that. And I'm going to honor it. But let me go take care of my business first. And then I'll run back over here.
I got you. Take a fly. Just remember, what all you're trying to teach you is that you're an Israelite according to the Bible. You got to keep God's laws. This is a heritage, it's not a religion.
Well, a lot of people already want.
You're a princess and you gotta condone yourself as such. And you gotta be holy in these last days.
I knew I was a princess and they didn't want to believe me.
I got you. But this is how you prove to them that you are. Because you're a princess by blood. I'm trying to prove it to you, but you're trying to rush over to buy a chopped cheese.
Well, no, I got something else I gotta do too. So, do you want to explain to me, like, where the princess? Because I need to be able to.
You got it?
Oh.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12.
Right.
And now, 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
For thou what?
For thou art an holy people.
Remember,
unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means set apart. God said that we're a holy people, a set apart people unto Him. Go on.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee.
God has chosen you
to be a special people.
To be a special people
unto Himself.
Right, unto Himself.
Above.
Go ahead.
Above all people.
Above who?
Above all people.
Above all people. God said He's chosen us to be above all people. God, that means that God requires something out of us. We can't just be out here just acting like however we want to act. Right? He have called you to be. How you know you're a princess? Because God says so. He said He chosen you to be above all people. And God requires you to know His laws. God requires you to condone yourself as a princess, right? And there's certain things in the book that we learn how a woman is supposed to conduct herself as a princess, right? You know any commandments? Sister. One second.
Does it change? Why do you do that? First Commandment.
Yes. No, this is simple. Like,
well, I know I'm not supposed to lie. I'm not supposed to steal. I'm not supposed to cheat. I'm not supposed to kill. I'm not supposed to destroy. I'm not supposed to be petty. I'm not supposed to be mean. And take care of my body, take care of my soul, take care of the words that come out of my mouth, make sure that they're positive and pretty.
All those are good things. Remember, we can't defile our temple. Right? We can't defile our temple. Right? That's one of the commandments. Understand? And what's about to come in right now? What day? The Sabbath day. Right? You gotta keep that. Understand? You gotta throw that out. Where'd that go? Means that shit. You sign right there. You got it? Right? You might as well throw that out.
You could keep this. You can use it for something else. You throw that cigarette.
You gotta throw out the cigarette. You gotta crush that. Hey, that would be the last one. Hey, that's a perfect time to start right here. God says, if you love God, you throw that cigarette out. I mean, that's the truth.
If I love God, I have to put my cigarette out right here. Not as strong as I look.
We slavery, right?
I really like that too.
We didn't have cigarettes during slavery.
I would take that entire pack.
I mean, we probably did, but not every slave could get their hands on the cigarettes to make it stressful.
They had their ways.
I got you, but they didn't have the luxury though. That was a luxury. I got you.
I'll sit up here and listen to you all night for real.
I got you.
Because I really appreciate your passion. I really do.
We're not holding you here with chains. I'm gonna leave you off with this. And then
There's the book of First Ezra chapter. This is the book of the second Ezra chapter 1 and 25.
Right.
Seeing ye have forsaken me,
right,
I will forsake you also.
Right. You don't want to forsake the Lord.
Damn.
Right. He said, hey, you're gonna forsake me, I'm gonna forsake you.
When you desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you.
Right. And when you desire for God to be gracious on you, He's gonna be like, yo, I don't got mercy on you because you don't want to do what I'm telling you to do.
Whensoever ye shall call upon me, I will not hear you.
And God said, hey, when you're in your time of trouble, I ain't gonna hear you. Understand? And we're not, it's scary, yeah, and we have to talk to our people like that because we're not your Christian pastors. I'm not gonna talk with hair in my mouth. I'm gonna tell you how it is, and that's love. That's real love. So I'm trying to save you from what's coming to come on the earth, man. Bad times is coming. Right? I'm trying to save you from death. Right? Because when you continue in sin, eventually you're gonna end up dead. That's why we died. Right? You want to stay?
You're gonna get frankincense.
We can work on that. Next time you come, we can work on that. He can answer your question. What's your nationality? He's gonna fly.
Trust me.
I guess I'm an Israelite, right?
You're an Israelite. Yeah, you gotta keep the commandments. Alright, so you come back. If you don't, check out that flyer. When you research, alright, check the YouTube. Alright, here he goes.
Know thyself,
what's up, sister? What's up, sister? Real quick.
I'm good.
So you know anything about this up here?
Well, what is that you have in your hand? What do you have there?
Well, the Bible. The Bible's up here.
Okay.
Apocrypha, King James Version. You know, this Apocrypha means what? Hidden books? This is what the Protestant church took out of the King James. You got that? Alright. So you know, I'm saying you know anything about what's going on up here?
I know about the 12 tribes.
You know what to?
Yes.
Are you part of the 12 tribes? You know that?
Yeah, I'm aware of who I am.
You're aware of who you are?
Okay. I know my ancestors came from West Ghana, Africa.
West Ghana, Africa? Okay.
Yes.
So that'll be what? Benji?
Benji.
Right? So you'd be an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin.
Yeah.
Right? According to the Bible and according to archaeology and prophecy. Right? So how did you find out you're an Israelite? So, no matter what you
read, I'm a
read a lot? Yeah. And you notice that in the Bible, when you read it, it kind of aligns with a lot of our people, right? You can relate to it. Right? So, now,
It was the reason we are in this situation. You want me to? Yeah, what's the reason?
No, you go ahead and say what you were saying.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No, I'm saying like, yeah, so like what's the reason why we're in this situation?
Oh, we?
Yeah, us as a whole.
Disobedience.
Disobedience, right?
That's the main thing why we're here.
Okay. And disobedience from what?
Huh?
Like disobedience from what?
For what God commanded.
What God commanded.
And what our purpose was. We strayed from that.
Right, straight away from that. Absolutely. Because remember, the Bible is about a heritage, right? It's not about religion. You know how we teach religion?
At all.
This is literally our history book.
Yep.
Our history book. Right? So you know you're an Israelite. You know any commandments?
Oh, well, I know there are many commandments.
Okay.
But I grew up learning 10 of them, but I am aware that there are many.
Yeah, there's 613
But there are actually two here. There are just two.
There's 2 commandments?
They're just 2.
What are those?
Love God and love your neighbor like you love yourself.
Right.
If you follow those 2 commandments, you follow all of the commandments.
What is love?
Huh?
What is love?
Love is God.
Right? Let me get First John 5 and 3. Right?
What's that?
There's the book of 1 John chapter 5 verse 3.
Right.
For this is the love of God.
Right.
That we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments.
Right.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Right. That's how you show your brother love. Or how I show you love. Is by keeping the commandments. Because if I keep my commandments, then I'm not gonna want to steal what you have, right? I'm not gonna want to lay with my brother's wife, understand? Those are all
As
particularly
explained to
different
us in
commandments.
Leviticus, what we can do, what we can't do, with whom and with whom. And like I said, they're just 2 commandments. Love God with all your heart, and love your neighbor like you love yourself. If you follow those 2 commandments, you've accomplished all 600 and something. You won't kill, you won't steal, you won't covet, you won't do any of those things.
So do you believe that you can eat pork?
You can eat pork? No, pork is not.
So you could, all right.
Look what Deuteronomy tells
Because I want to know. I want to know where your
you want
mind
to
is at.
understand where? Well, let me give you a synopsis of my background. I was born into a Seventh-day Adventist family, and it has been in my family for over 100 years, which included my grandmother and every generation to this day. So I am aware of all the things in Deuteronomy that I shouldn't eat and I shouldn't eat, which means certain animals, certain fish, certain certain birds, the eagle, you know, the clover. I'm aware of all those things.
Okay, and we keep them, right?
Huh?
We keep them. You keep them.
What, the commandments?
Yeah, the dietary law.
Oh yeah, today's my Sabbath. I'm heading home now.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. Okay, not because the way you said it, the way you're wording it, it sounded like a Christian kind of like like ideology.
You know, I'm
because
saying
they say
this to
that,
you.
and then they think that they don't got to keep the dietary law.
Well, a lot of Christians believe that, you know, but a lot of Christians believe that they don't have to do that, and that's based on the New Testament, because they say Jesus came to fulfill the law, and one of the things that he said is to bless and eat, right? So a lot of churches that are following, that are not looking at the Old Testament, which is Deuteronomy and the Leviticus, that speaks to your diet.
In the New
Testament, it is said Jesus came to fulfill the law, which was the law was the Old Testament.
I got you.
Right?
Well, we're gonna read it. You don't say that though. But we're gonna.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men. 5 and 17. It says, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Yes.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right, this is Jesus talking, right? Like when you say he came not to destroy, but to fulfill.
Well, good. So a lot of new denominations believe that when Jesus came, he came and it's no longer the law.
Right, because they
read, as in the Old Testament.
Yeah, I got you, because they read that verse.
By grace.
But they read that verse and they say like, oh, that he fulfilled the law. Now we don't gotta keep the law. But keep reading.
Man, this smells really
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
So what?
Heaven and earth pass.
So heaven and earth pass. Heaven and earth is still here. Go on.
Yeah.
One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Till what?
Till all be fulfilled.
It says not one jot or one tittle. Not even the minute law is not gonna pass. You gotta keep the laws of God.
Yeah.
The things about that's why the religion, they take verses and they make a whole doctrine out of it.
Well, I know that.
You gotta read the whole context of the chapter.
You gotta read a whole context and not even a whole book. You gotta be aware of everything.
Yeah.
So what do you say about that? What people are saying that Jesus came to fulfill the law and that you're saved by grace and not by the law, which is the Old Testament.
Right. What do I say about that?
Yeah. What is your take on that?
You can bring out your precept. What you're saying. Well, what I say about that is that that's the doctrine that Jesus didn't come to preach. Right. That's antichrist. That's actually doctrine of devils. But you can bring out your precept.
This is Luke chapter 24 and verse 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me.
Right, and that's what Christ came to fulfill. The prophecy that he was going to come back and be crucified for our sins.
Yeah.
That's basically what he fulfilled. Because when you read in the Old Testament, you can find Christ in the Old Testament.
Oh yes, he's in Genesis.
Right.
God spoke about him in Genesis. If you look into Genesis, God tell you that he was going to come.
Right.
You know, and that is why it is believed. The Jewish people believe that he's still coming.
Yeah, Galatians 1. Right.
What's in Galatians?
We're gonna read it for you.
This is Galatians chapter 1 and verse 8.
Right.
But though we are an angel or an angel from heaven, preach another gospel unto
Preach what?
Preach another gospel unto you, then that which we have preached unto you, let him be accounted accursed.
Let him be what?
Accounted accursed.
So it's saying if any man or angel or whatever comes to you and try to
go over that for me, please?
read it again.
Galatians chapter 1 and 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach another gospel unto you, then that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Let him be what?
Be accursed.
Right,
So tell me, what are your thoughts on the dream of Daniel?
what does that have to do with Daniel?
Huh? No, I'm moving from there. I'm asking you about the dream of Daniel. No?
He got to break it down first, and then he got.
Oh, you got to break it down.
I'm telling you that because you asked me what I think about it.
Yeah.
What these people are saying and what these churches are saying. I'm saying it because what they're saying is they're preaching another gospel. They're literally changing what the new is literally just recertifying the old.
Yeah.
Christ is the law, right? And he came to establish the law, right? So if any man brings any other doctrine besides that, then let him be accursed.
So do you remember the dream of Daniel and when he dreamt of the statue?
Right.
Do you remember that dream?
Yeah, what about it?
Do you think that applies to us current day?
Yes.
It was a pleasure talking to you guys.
All right.
Pleasure. I have to go home
I mean,
now.
yeah, where's the chart?
It was
really,
really.
right there.
I love this. I have this. I have this actually.
Daniel breakdown.
I have this, and I'm gonna look into it.
I'm gonna show you something real quick. So look, check this out.
Oh, come on.
Because you said if it applies to us, right?
Oh, good.
You can
So when I log in on this, I'll see this.
I mean, you can take a picture of it. You should take a picture of it because that's our Daniel breakdown of that dream.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you can go home and look at it.
Oh, well, I've learned this since I was probably 8 years old. So.
Yeah, some religions sometimes get it right, but sometimes they don't. But you can
trust me.
But you can look into it.
Trust me, we got it right. Why
So,
you at
well, who are the iron toes and clay?
Yeah.
Iron feet and clay. What's that? Who's that?
No.
Without cheating,
The iron feet and clay?
Yeah, without cheating.
Without cheating?
You said you know it.
We already passed that. Are we coming towards it or we passed it? No, I'm asking you if we passed it or we're going toward, because I know we're at the feet.
The feet is
We're
the last kingdom.
Yes, we're at the feet.
All right, so who are the feet?
What is Babylon?
So what?
We're at the feet, and the feet is Babylon. And that is why I wish that camera could get up.
What is it called today? What is it called today?
What is it called today? We know what Babylon. People are saying one place is Babylon, but Babylon, there's another place that is Babylon. And if you look at what is happening, you would see where Babylon is.
But where is it? But we gotta know these
I'd
things.
rather not say.
Come on, sister. We're here to build. There's nothing like it now.
You have a camera on me. I'm gonna go and I'm definitely gonna log into this because it's interesting. So did you give me a picture of Daniel?
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Though you were hiding it from me.
You got it? You got it though?
Yeah, I got it.
Alright.
This is one of my, I love the book of Daniel and I love the book of Revelation.
Yeah, we gotta understand the times we're living in. And we're living in Babylon.
Huh?
We're living in Babylon.
And you know,
we're in Babylon.
and this, there's a lot of spiritual warfare happening right now around us and among us, and we have to be cognizant of that, you know?
You got any other questions?
Thank you.
So what's your nationality?
Huh?
What's your
I'm
nationality?
Guyanese.
Is that what God calls you?
Huh?
Is that what God calls you?
Oh, God. Oh, what's my nationality?
Yeah, according to God.
No, according to God, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. And he said to me in his word that anywhere I set my feet, I can claim that land.
Well, yeah.
So my nationality
the world
goes
is ours.
as far as my feet can go. Right?
Did he give that promise? Right. Give that promise to everybody, or he gave it to one specific people? Right. I can pull it up. Yeah.
Where are you going to? Which book?
Deuteronomy. That's what you just said.
But if you get going to Deuteronomy, you know who he gave that promise to.
All right.
Deuteronomy speaks directly to black people.
So that's why I asked you nationality.
And he said
It doesn't say black people.
Right, it doesn't say black people. It doesn't say Ghana. It doesn't say
Guyana. Okay.
Right, you get what I'm trying to say? That's why. That's really the sole purpose of why we are here, to teach our people that God given us.
And I think this is really great. This is really.
You can't walk away still saying, oh, I'm from Ghana or Guyana.
Where
sorry.
do I say I'm from?
Israel. You're an Israelite.
Okay, great.
You're an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Because God made 18 nations. You got Israel, right?
Well, let me take this.
Right? These are the 18 table of nations chart that God created.
Sister, I think you really need to stay here a little longer.
Yeah.
You really need to stay a little longer.
You gotta learn, and you gotta get that in your mind that we're Israelites. We're God's chosen people.
I know that. I have that in my mind. But
because
you know, when you say, I'm talking about, what.
Yeah. I got you.
But then, what I need to correct, I need to answer to what I'm supposed to be called. And that's important that you're cautioning to answer to what, I have to answer to my real name, right? It was really nice talking with you guys. God bless you, your journey.
All right, sister.
Come back next week.
Sister, check out that flyer.
I have this.
Come back next week then.
Am I going to get to take that whole thing with,
If you come back, I'll get you 60.
You can't give me one now? I thought it was a pan you had burning. I thought it was really a pan you had burning. I didn't know it was just an incense. So can you give me one?
If you tell me,
that's
sister,
the whole thing right there.
Sister, if you tell me what's your true God-given nationality, we'll give you.
You give me one.
Yeah.
You give me one.
Never mind.
If you come next week, if you come next week, we're gonna have some, because this is just for this is for us to burn for the Sabbath.
I would be encouraged to come next week if you give me one of that incense. I really do like it.
Next week?
No. You can give me one, and I'm encouraged to come next week.
Not right now. This is only for what we have enough for the Sabbath.
Because we gotta make sure we have enough for today and tomorrow.
Right.
So wait, you saying you can't bless me on the Sabbath?
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying next week. But this is Deuteronomy 11 and verse 23. Then will the Lord drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves. Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be. And this is Deuteronomy 1:1. This is who he's speaking to. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto who?
Unto all Israel. On this side of Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain, over against the Red Sea.
So that was a promise that God gave. What you just said before, what you quoted, was God's promise to Israel.
Yeah, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
That's Israel's promise. These people are here.
So unless you're an Israelite, you can't claim it.
Yeah, unless you're an Israelite, you can't claim it. Right? You gotta start calling yourself an Israelite. Oh, non-Guyanese or Ghana.
You're correct to call.
You understand, sister?
You're correct to call.
All right, sister.
Take care.
All right, sister.
So I'll get the whole bucket when I come to the whole place when I come.
We'll get you back.
You come back next week. We got you.
All right, you got you.
bless.
All right, sister, have a good night.
The whole bucket. We leave you an incense stick. She said the whole bucket.
He said he gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
I got it. I ain't getting no bucket.
Okay, get a dress for vengeance.
Get a $5 bag.
Right. Let me get Matthew 16 and 3. Yeah, because our people gotta discern. Our people gotta come back. That's right. We got people that know about this truth, but they're not wholeheartedly in this thing, man. Right? They read the Bible, they read the scriptures, right? But they're not living their lives 24/7 as an Israelite, because they're still calling themselves by the bywords that the white man has given us, man. Let me get Matthew 16 and 3, because we gotta discern the times that we're living. We're living in the last days, right? You don't want to call yourself, what was that? Guyanese. Guyanese. You can't call yourself. The Lord's gonna come back. He's not gonna be like, where are my Guyanese people at? Where are my Dominicans at? Where are my Haitians at? The Lord's coming back for his people, for the 12 tribes, right? To gather up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? Let me get that.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 3.
Right.
And in the morning, it will be foul weather today.
Right.
For the sky is red and lowering.
Right.
O ye hypocrites.
Oh, ye what?
Oh, ye hypocrites.
For our people?
O ye hypocrites.
Right.
Ye can discern the face of the sky,
Right.
but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
Right.
A wicked and adulterous generation
Right.
seeketh after a sign,
Right.
and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah.
Right, hold that, right? Our people can discern, hey, they can look at the weather channel, it's gonna rain tomorrow, whatever, but a lot of our people are dead asleep, man. They wanna keep smoking that battery, they wanna keep smoking weed, right? They wanna keep them drinking, getting drunk on the weekends at parties, man, right? But they can't discern what's going on in the world, man.
That's right.
They can't see all these white people going to the shooting range for them race wars, man.
That's right.
All these fake Jewish people going to the shooting range getting the pistol permits, man. They're getting ready. Meanwhile, Jake's sitting back on the damn couch, laying back, smoking weed, watching the game.
Worried about the scores.
Worried about the scores, right? Worried about what's happening on the damn whatever, man. Whatever the hell's going on BT or whatever's going on now, man. On Instagram all the time, looking at BBLs, man. Our people gotta wake up. There's more on that. Come on. Let me get Revelation 19. Let me get Revelation 22 and 12.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 12.
Read it out.
And behold, I come quickly.
What the Lord say?
And behold, I come quickly.
Read.
And my reward is with me.
Right?
To give every man according as his work shall be.
No, only by faith.
To give every man according as his work shall be.
No, we're only saved by grace.
To give every man according as his work shall be.
Right?
I am Alpha and Omega.
Who's Yahushua?
I am Alpha and Omega.
Read.
The beginning and the end.
Read.
The first and the last.
Right.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
What the Lord say?
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Right.
That they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Read on.
For without our dogs,
For without what?
are dogs and sorcerers,
Right.
and whoremongers,
Right.
and murderers,
And what?
and murderers.
Right? And that's what the world is full of today, man. Whoremongers, murderers, right? Our people killing each other, man. Anybody who's not keeping the commandments of God, man, they're gonna be cast out. They're gonna be put to death.
That's right.
Right? And everybody that's not a part of the 12 tribes of Israel, man, they're gonna be dogs sitting outside, man, with puppy eyes, man, wishing that they can get in the kingdom, man, but they're not. Keep going.
And idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Where you are?
I, Yahushua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches.
Right?
I am the root and the offspring of David.
Who's Yahushua?
I am the root and the offspring of David.
Read.
And the bright and morning star.
Right? And that's how you're gonna get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. That's how you get illuminated, man, by believing in Yahushua and keeping the commandments, man. That's how you're gonna get saved in these last days as an Israelite. Not as a Guyanese, not as a Mexican, not as a Peruvian, not as a Jamaican, but as an Israelite from your respected tribes, man.
That's right.
And with that, I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahushua. Kum Yashala!
Kum Yashala!
Kum Yashala!
Kum Yashala!
Kum Yashala!
Kum Yashala!